So it's really interesting as I'm watching some more and more independent creators, and oh my gosh, it's crazy because I feel like it's difficult to find independent left-leaning creators that critically think. All the critically thinking independent creators just inadvertently align conservative. And starting to wonder, shit, have I been part of the asshole party? Okay, so used to love watching those Jordan Klepper things, those takes where he's like going to the Trump rallies and like, "Hey, Trump," or he'll find someone who will get tongue-tied in speech or whatever and like roast them or whatever, and haha, good laughs, whatever. But shit, we've been just as stupid. Or worse, because I don't know. So okay, so two big narratives that one is a narrative that I feel like the left will push as a sense of fear is if Trump's in again, the stuff that happened in the insurrection is going to be everywhere. There's going to be guns in the streets, shooting, it's going to be insanity. That's literally the level of fear they're not going to say that, but there is this level of and even if you see how people are talking about the reactions to the ban on bump stocks going away, which by the way that went away, people are just asserting that now it's going to be the end of lives for thousands, and it's just one of those, everybody has an opinion and nobody wants to do any kind of research. And I don't either. I don't really either. I'm just watching a lot of different people talk about different things and then doing small Google searches here or there. So just a logic experiment. I'm gonna say we because it's still kind of hard to break out of that. I've been a hard leftist for such a long time, but so we want to say that it's gonna be increase hostility, increase gun this, increase this, and we want a hard push that whole entire narrative was pushed by Trump, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. How is it not? All right, did you know that his administration, as a reaction to the Vegas shooting, is actually who put in the bump stock ban, which the ATF had said for decades was not constitute of a machine gun. Everything, he had no right to do that, but he did it anyway. So hold up. So wait a minute. So the guy that we are saying is going to bring terror and destruction and war on the streets is actually the one who put in the bump stock ban? And then it's just we want to forget those convenient things. And it's just one of those things of holy crap. I don't care that he messed around with a porn star. I don't like that he says misogynistic things. But do I trust that other people aren't doing these things too? No, I just at least kind of know what he's saying. It's weird. I don't know what's going on in my head, but what I do know is every single one of them is lying. Every single one of them. And what I've said about Trump, and it was something that I said was a fear of mine of him, is it seems as though he'll pander to the masses. He will ultimately bend to what he thinks is going to be the best decision by public opinion. I don't think it's because he's stupid. I think it's because if he realizes, hey, either I don't care about this or this could make money. Or is this gonna not make money? I don't think he really cares about much else than that. I think that's pretty much where it ends. Now, conversely, and this next part, unfortunately, I don't have anything to cite it. It's stuff that I have seen over the years and just following different things. The rumor mill is that during the second campaign run for Obama, remember how Hillary was going to go against him, and then remember how suddenly she wasn't. From the rumor mill or something that I heard during the times of talking, the discussion point was, well, if you step down from running against Obama now, you can have the 2016 election. It's weird to say it like that, right? Then we had such a hard push for Bernie. So many people wanted Bernie. I didn't really know anyone who wanted Hillary. And somehow Hillary beat Bernie. You know, I like to say something when people are asking about all these different little things and often I'm just like, oh, Occam's razor. Occam's razor is probably the most logical one. It's probably the answer. And the most simplest logical one is everybody lies. Every single person and every single party lies. They do cave, usually because of money. And the left are some of the most easily swayed people, because all we do is we cry about we're upset, and then you do something really vague and we stop crying. And then we cry because we're upset, and then you do something really vague and we stop crying. It's so easy to appease us, and here we are now with everybody. Y'all know where we're at now. Y'all know where we're at now. So, I don't know. I don't know how in less than a month I've become a red pill swallowing Trump sycophant. But it seems as though every single thing I look into is just effing stupid. There's a concept when you're doing engineering, especially when you're working on larger projects or working with code you're consuming from other teams and things like that. And you have to trust that person understands their subject area enough to do the recommended thing. So the best way I can explain this is it's every single software engineer's responsibility to know about how to protect your code as good as possible, making sure that you don't have different types of injection points for malicious code. But given that is not any I'm a 5-stack engineer, that's not my area of expertise. That's something that a security engineer would be a lot better at. So I don't go and I don't architect all of our security libraries that I consume. I trust that those individuals know what they're doing in their field of expertise, that I can use their code that they're recommending to use to me because architects and security reviews have gone through that. It comes down to how trustful is your source that you're willing to make a trusted response, and there's risk for that, And this doesn't just go with a code thing, like I was saying. I have to do a lot of research too, and it's kind of the same thing. You have to be able to do a high level evaluation. Is what this person's saying seem like they understand what they're talking about, or does it seem like they're just putting things in there just because? It becomes almost like a craft, seeing the bullshit or seeing the potential. It's worth time investing in this avenue. And as I've started to look into the content, the core message behind things, or how things are being presented, I'm finding it hard to find people who are left-leaning that put out anything that has merit or sustenance to it. Usually it's just trying to get you to be reactive, trying to say this fight's happening and we need to do this. And I just kind of step back and it's like, what fight? I don't know, what fight are we supposed to be having? What fight? The only fight I see right now is people messing with kids. And I don't know. It seems like things have, it seems like things have gone to shit since 2020. So yeah, I don't know. Perspective is a bitch.